Hello and welcome, focused learners. Today, we're going to do something absolutely incredible. We are going to build a brand new identity for you, your German identity. And we're doing it literally from zero. We're going to use simple, visual building blocks so you honestly don't need any previous knowledge for this. Just bring your attention and let's get started.
Okay, let's dive into this. Learning a new language can totally feel like staring up at an unclimbable mountain, but we're breaking it down into 6 super manageable steps. We'll hit greetings and first words, names and personal pronouns, origins, homes, and occupations, basic German sentence rules, fixing common beginner mistakes, and finally, your complete German introduction. So we're taking you from your very first hello all the way to a completely flawless presentation of yourself.
Let's start right off with step 1, greetings and first words. Because, well, every great conversation starts by simply breaking the ice.
These are your absolute core communication tools. First, hello is your universal key. It works for literally any situation, formal or informal. Then, as the sun moves, your greetings shift. You've got Guten Morgen for the morning, Guten Tag for the middle of the day, and Guten Abend for the evening. But hey, pay super close attention to Gute Nacht. A lot of beginners use this as an evening greeting when they meet someone. Actually, don't do that. In German, Gute Nacht is exclusively used when someone is actually going to bed or when you're leaving a place very, very late at night.
Right, so once you've said hello, you're usually going to ask, how are you? And this brings us to a really crucial cultural rule in German. It's often called the rule of 2. For informal situations, we say, wie geht es dir? That uses dir, which you use exclusively with friends, family members, kids, or people you know really well. But if you're speaking politely to an adult, a teacher, a customer, or a total stranger, you absolutely must switch to the formal version, wie geht es Ihnen?
All right, the ice is broken. Moving on to the next base camp of our explainer, section 2, names and personal pronouns. Before we can really say much else, we need to establish exactly who is speaking. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that these pronouns are basically the steering wheel of the German language. They dictate how all the action happens. We've got ich for I, du for the informal you, sie, es for he, she, it, wir for we, and ihr for the plural informal you. But notice the difference between the two versions of sie at the bottom. You have sie with a lowercase s, which just means they, and then right next to it is sie with a capital S. That's the formal you we were just talking about. In written German, that formal Sie is always capitalized, no matter where it falls in the sentence. It's your instant visual cue for politeness.
So verbs in German change their endings based on whatever pronoun you're using. Think of it like a puzzle piece that has to perfectly fit into the subject. Let's take the verb heißen, which means to be called. For your very first conversations, you really only need to master 3 main forms. Ich heiße, meaning I am called, du heißt, you are called, and the formal Sie heißen.
Let's actually see this in action. This is a real-time conversational ping-pong using exactly the vocabulary we just put together. Hallo, ich heiße Daniel. Wie heißt du? Ich heiße Sophie. It's fast, simple, highly effective, and it sounds completely natural.
Let's move right into section 3, origins, homes, and occupations. This is where we gather our action words, the verbs, to really start fleshing out your personal profile.
First up is telling people where you're from. For this, we use the verb kommen, meaning to come, and the preposition aus, meaning from. Just listen to the pattern, the rhythm of how this verb changes. Ich komme, du kommst, kommt. You hear that ending shift? It's pretty rhythmic. So if you want to state your origin, you just say ich komme aus, followed by your country. For example, ich komme aus Deutschland. And to flip it back to your partner, simply ask, woher kommst du? Next up is where you currently reside. For that, we use the verb wohnen, to live or reside. Following those exact same puzzle piece rules we just talked about, you could say, ich wohne in Berlin. Or maybe point out a friend, like Tobias wohnt in Frankfurt. To ask your conversation partner where they live, you just ask, wo wohnst du?
And that brings us to what is arguably the single most important verb in the entire German language, sein, the verb to be. You are going to use this absolutely everywhere. Ich bin, I am. Du bist, you are. Sie ist. He, she, it is. Wir sind, we are. You use this verb to state your profession directly. You just say ich bin, followed immediately by your job title. For example, ich bin Architektin. I am an architect.
All right, you've got the raw vocabulary blocks. Now let's jump into Section 4, Basic German Sentence Rules, because this is the actual mechanics of putting those pieces together into an engine that works perfectly every single time. So, the crucial point is understanding this golden rule of German statements. It usually follows a super strict 1-2-3 rhythm. Step 1 is your subject, like ich. Step 2 is your verb, like lerne. Step 3 is your additional info, like Deutsch. The conjugated verb usually sits solidly locked into that second position. You say, ich lerne Deutsch. You do not say, ich Deutsch lerne. Get that verb locked in position 2, and I promise you, you will sound like a total pro. Now, of course, conversations aren't just one-way statements, right? They're two-way streets. So here are your essential question words so you know exactly how to flip the conversation back to your partner. Let's rapid-fire through them. Wie is how. Wo is where. Woher is where from. Was is what. And wer is who. Did you notice how they all start with a W? Super easy to memorize.
Before we put everything together for the final test, we absolutely must pass through Section 5, fixing common beginner mistakes. Let's just clear up some of these frequent traps right now so you can step right over them.
This first one. It traps English, Spanish, and French speakers all the time. A lot of people try to say, ich habe 25 Jahre. That literally translates to, I have 25 years. But, unlike those other languages, German just doesn't use the verb to have for age. German uses the verb sein, to be. So the correct phrase is always, ich bin 25 Jahre alt. Literally, I am 25 years old.
Here's another really frequent trap, mismatched verb endings. Sometimes you'll hear, ich wohnt in Berlin, with a T ending. But wait, that T ending belongs to er or sie. He or she. Remember our puzzle pieces? The pronoun ich always pairs with the E ending, so the correct form is ich wohne in Berlin. You've got to always match the verb ending to the pronoun.
Let's move to and see how this builds into the grand finale of our explainer. Section 6, your complete German introduction. This is the final boss, everyone.
What we have here is a masterclass example of stacking every single building block we've learned together, completely flawlessly. Just listen to the rhythm as I read Anna's full paragraph. Hallo, ich heiße Anna. Ich bin 26 Jahre alt. Ich komme aus Italien, aber ich wohne in Berlin. Ich spreche Italienisch, Englisch und ein bisschen Deutsch. Ich bin Architektin. Look at that! Name, age, origin, home, language, and occupation all clicked neatly right into place.
And this brilliantly illustrates how easily you can swap in your own data, because now it is officially your turn. I want you to literally pause this explainer right now, look at these blanks, and fill them in out loud with your own personal information. Plug in your name, your age, where you come from, where you live, the languages you speak, and your job. Go ahead, give it a try.
Welcome back. So once you've successfully shared all that amazing information about yourself, what is the perfect, polite capstone to seal that conversation? It's just two simple words. Freut mich. Nice to meet you. It is absolutely the best way to neatly wrap up your brand new German introduction.
Which leads me to leave you with this final, vital question. Are you ready to introduce yourself in German without reading it from a screen? Your challenge now is to practice this structure until it is deeply, deeply memorized. You have successfully conquered your A1 foundation from absolute zero, and you now have the tools to show the world exactly who you are in German. Phenomenal work today. Bis zum nächsten Mal.
Tschüss.